We start with your goalkeeper and who you've gone for.
When I first joined the club, Paul Smith was there, good goalkeeper, and obviously, he went to Southampton as well. But Nelson, for me, me and Nels, we lived together as well. Really good friends, and for his ability to find a striker from a goal kick on the edge of our opposing team's box, it was always quite strong.
Okay, so Stuart Nelson is in goal for you. Should we look at this back three that you've gone for? Who are we going to start with first?
Obviously, Mr. Reliable, Kevin O'Connor.
The legend.
He led by example. In training, he was first out, he was last in, even to the point after training, just free kicks. He would be out there for hours just doing free kicks, just doing extra work.
It sounds like he was the ultimate professional then as well.
For me, Kevin, as a one club person, I'm surprised that there weren't a lot of Premiership clubs that were knocking on the door for him, because he was that good.
All right then, so from Kevin O'Connor, who do we go to next?
I'm going to go for the left side of the three. It's Michael Turner. I don't think anybody really realised how good he was unless you actually saw him play or trained with him.
And he obviously had this great partnership with Sam Sodji. What was it about those two that made them tick so well together?
Well, Michael was the calm one. Michael was the one that kind of...
Why did that surprise
me? Exactly. But Michael was the calm one. I think he kept the back grounded. So it was a case of when you saw Sodji going on his one of his mad runs, or kicking someone up in the air, or using the stepping ladder to go for a header, he was kind of like an exciting centre half, but not very tall. Whereas Michael was very, very calm, very sensible, just did everything that was meant to be done as a centre half.
Interestingly though, you haven't opted for Sam Sodji, considering the partnership that they had. So who completes the three for you?
Ibrahim Sonko.
Oh, wow. The towering athletic force of Sonko.
Sonko his physical presence was unreal, and he was a man mountain. He was good in the air. He could tackle, he could run, strong. You knew what you were getting with him. As soon as you stepped out on the field, you knew that no one was going to beat him. He was going to put someone in Rhodes if he needed to.
I think Stephen Hunt described him as a gladiator who couldn't kick straight but was effective. Is that a fair description?
Yeah, I didn't want to come on here and start trying to rib people, but yeah, his passing was a bit wayward at times.
Okay, so that's your defence done, that first of the three. So the next three that you've gone for in midfield, who are we starting with on that one?
I'll go with centre midfielder, and that's Darren Pratley. He had the ability, and you could see that he was a good player, and you knew he was going to put his foot in when needed as well. I think he said his first couple of games were quite tough, quite physical, because he wasn't used to it. But again, he adapted and he adjusted to everything that was put in front of him, and that's why I've put him in the side, because he could only get better and better.
Who's next?
J Tab on the right. For someone quite small, he was strong, but he was extremely quick. But his ability on the ball, his movement and his thinking, like he would do things and he would turn into situations or into a position, and you'd be like, I don't know how you've just done that, but yeah, it's great. And you knew that he was gonna beat a player or two with ease and do something magical.
Okay, so we've got J Tab, Darren Pratley. Who completes your midfield three then, Alex?
I went with John Solarco. Sal took it just by an inch. Again, his ability, his physical presence, and just what he had achieved in football. I know that obviously coming to Brentford, he was near the end of his career, but for someone of his age at the time, he would still be doing things that 20-year-olds would find impossible to do, just fitness-wise and just ability. It was unreal to watch.
Okay, shall we move on then to, I suppose we'll say your forward options. Who's your next one in for your all-time 11?
just in front of the midfield, but just behind the two strikers, is Marcus Gale.
Another legend at the club, fondly remembered for his 2 spells. What qualities did he bring then?
Everything. He was one of the only players I can really truly remember that had everything that any professional would want and more. His ability in the air, his footwork, his awareness of the game, everything. It was nice to watch, and because obviously we were playing in similar positions at times, if I wasn't playing, it was nice to see what he would do to give me an understanding in the game as well.
So what was he like in the dressing room?
A leader. He was kind of like the middleman between us and the manager and everything, and he's very honest. He would speak to you honestly about anything. If he thought that, right, this is what you need to do, or this is why, this is this reason, you knew that whatever Marcus said, he was speaking the truth. It's not like he was trying to sugarcoat anything. You knew exactly what you were getting with him, and I mean, I've got nothing but respect for him because he helped me when I was going through a bad patch, feeling a little bit like depression kicking in with my injuries and stuff. He was always there to give me a little helping hand, really, and just tell me that everything's going to be fine.
So we've got Marcus Gale in there. Who compliments him?
Stephen Hunt, the one guy would do absolutely. He'd give you his last penny, even if he knew that he was going to be homeless. He would give you it. He was the nicest bloke in the world, and his footballing ability. He was another one like Sonks. He always used to say, I'm gonna be playing here, I'm gonna be doing this, and his left foot, and again, he was quick, and he could play anywhere across the midfield or up front, and that's why I've gone with him. You couldn't shut him up. You couldn't keep him quiet. You just be like, Hunty, you need to calm down now. Like, seriously, my brain is hurting.
Who are we moving on to next?
DJ Campbell. He was unbelievable. He could do everything that you would want of a striker.
And I don't think any Brentford fan can forget that FA Cup game with Sunderland, where he scored twice, of course. He was just fantastic.
Yeah, and again, you know, the one person that went to him and actually got into his ear about how to play against the players he was playing against was Marcus again. Marcus would say to him, you have got the better of these players. They're slow. All it takes is one little movement. All it's going to take is for you to get in behind, and they're not going to be able to catch you. They're not going to stop you. So just believe in yourself. Just believe you will get that moment to score. I wasn't fortunate to play. I was injured at the time. But just watching it as a fan and as someone at the club, I think every single person that left that ground that day would have had smiles from ear to ear.
So who completes this 11 then? Who's your final pick? You went for Dion Burton.
Yeah.
So why Dion? Why did he shine above all those names that you've mentioned?
He, again, his experience and just how he played the game was a breath of fresh air. He could hold the ball up by himself and hold off 6 to 7 players on his own if he wanted to. Just, he knew when the game needed to take a little break or needed to push on. Good in the air, could score, he was strong. I
mean, this is an impressive 11 that you have picked, I have to say, Alex. I mean, it's a different formation, as we've already remarked, but it's impressive. You've got some great names in there from Brentford's past. You mentioned your subs bench. I'll just run through those. You've got Paul Smith, Lloyd Owusu, Joe Kafor, Isaiah Rankin, Sam Sodji, and Andy Myers in there as well. So many people will say, how on earth could you not have Lloydie in there?
Again, it was tough. If he sees this, he'll probably message me and rip me and kill me off.
No, this is Lloyd Owusu.
Yeah, it was tough, and quite frankly, I wanted to put him in the side, but with how well Dion and DJ did when they were at the club, it was a tough one.